Professional fighter. Name?
Matt.
Matt. Matt and I, we see each other here practicing on the bag. And I just learned that Matt is a professional fighter. How many fight in the ring that you fought?
42.
42. In Muay Thai.
Muy Thai and mixed martial arts. So,
Muay Thai and mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
How did you get into it?
I'll be honest with you. When I got out of prison, I started. Yeah,
Prison.
yeah.
Did you get into fighting prison too?
No. I actually started up at San. When I was at San Quentin, we started. I started practicing boxing with this guy, and he taught me like a lot of the fundamentals of just boxing. It wasn't any sort of mixed martial arts or anything, And but then I enjoyed it, and then when I got out, it kind of kept me straight and kept me from going back. And so
in a way, it's kind of like a therapy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's definitely how it started, and then it just kind of like it advanced from there, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. The working out and just the everything. It's a whole lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle.
It's if you want to take it serious, like it's a lifestyle. Like it's you got to dedicate your life to it. Like Friday nights, Saturday nights. You know where I'm at, the gym. You know what I mean? I'm not out at the clubs or whatever.
Right.
So that's the decision you got to make, I guess.
Yeah. What is it like fighting in the ring?
I'll tell you what. Like people do a lot of things to alter their mind or whatever, drugs or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But when you're in that ring and you win, and people are cheering for you and stuff, there's nothing better than that. That's not, I mean that one or
that
two.
in a way is a drug.
It is. It is. That 1 or 2 minutes that you have right there is you train once for that. That's what you train for. And sometimes it's a minute. Sometimes you're in there for 15 minutes, but or 5 rounds. But either way, it's exhilarating. I guess that's why you do it. It's all for that 1 or 2 minutes.
Wow, that's awesome.
But
and I'm sure that when you fight in the ring, you get injured.
Oh yeah.
How do you minimize your injury? Also part of the workout too.
I'm not, and that right there. There's a lot of things you could do, and a lot of things I should do. I'm not the best at necessarily staying off of stuff when I'm, it's like if the doctor tells me, I'm supposed to stay off it for a month or whatever. I'm back here in 3 or 4 days. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I got the same problem too sometimes.
And it's I'll tell you, because it seems like whenever the gains that you get, let's say in a year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like you take a week or 2 off and they're gone. You know what I mean? At least to me it does. And other people I don't think notice it as much. You know what I mean? Because they don't know your body, and you're always your self is always your worst critic. You know what I mean? But like, I see that something I worked for a year, or gains I worked for a year, are going away in a week or 2, and it fucking drives me crazy, dude. It drives me crazy, and it's like, and it pushes me, and that's not a good thing though. You know what I mean? It's not a good thing at all. I mean, the doctors know what they're talking about,
right?
And so I really either re-injure or I'll get in bad habits because I'll be favoring it or something, and like instead of your punch being real sharp, you know what I mean? It's like whatever's hurt. Like when I hurt my back, like my twist, like everything's from your twist, at least in Muy Thai, and so with my twist so it would throw me off a little bit, because I'd be favoring it, and so. When I got back, and my coaches and trainers or whatever were like saying like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like look at yourself, because you don't look at yourself, when you're here or whatever, or you gotta take it on film and go back and watch it, and then you see what you're doing, kind of. But that's why you got trainers, I guess, But
I was talking to a surgeon last week. He's a retired surgeon, and that's a similar cases that he sees with athletes.
Right.
Once they get injured, they don't let it fully heal, and they get back into the practice, and that sometimes can make it worse.
Right.
So and give it time to heal.
Yeah.
He also recommend Advil,
ice, maybe
to minimize the inflammation.
Right.
Yeah.
And they always say ice every night and all this, and I mean I'll ice maybe twice a year, or something. But I mean, but you talk about like that's. Do I need to pick that part of my game up or whatever you call it? Yeah, definitely. But that's so.
What do you feel your strengths are in mixed martial arts and fitness?
That's a good question. Like I said, we're always.
I think you are very dedicated. You have a lot of enthusiasm and passion in what you do.
Yeah, that's a huge one. You gotta love it. And if you really quick on when you talk about injuries and what you just said about the passion.
Sure.
when I first started doing Muay Thai, and I was back in Thailand, and the coach, trainer, or whatever you want, that was running the fight camp or whatever, he told us, you guys want to be fighters, blah 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 blah, and they're always hard on you, especially Americans, but like, he made a good point. He said, "Do you like pain?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, who likes pain?" And he said, "Well, get used to it." And he's like, you want to know, I'll tell you what, you want to know the dedication, if you have dedication to make it to the next level or not, is when you go and work for a couple years, and you get injured and you're out for 6 months, 9 months, whatever it is, and everything that you worked for in the last 2 years, kind of, when you get back, it ain't gonna be the same, nowhere near. And it's right there if you have the dedication to where that stops you, or if you have the will to rise above that and get back to where you were, because it's going to take you another 3 or 4 months to get back to just where you were, and then start advancing. So there's that year or so right there that where you missed out on. You know what I mean? Where would I be if I had that year? You know what I mean? And to me, and like you said, I guess perseverance is one of my stronger points. I guess is that
I could see that.
Rising up into like, because it's difficult. It's difficult. It's something that you work so hard for, and then it's just gone.
Seems like the setback is injury.
Oh,
and then after the injury, are you willing to continue to work towards recovering and get back to your previous self?
That's where you find what you made out of, how much you wanted, I think. Really, at the end of the day, I mean, because you're gonna have injuries no matter what. Especially in a Muay Thai.
Especially when you're in a ring and you're fighting with your opponent who's also well trained.
I mean, these guys, any one of these guys, I mean, anybody that, when you see it on TV, it's like, and they do a shin kick or something, and they're blocking it or something. You know what I mean? They're professional, like any professional surfers, whatever it is. They make it look real easy. Yeah. Or it doesn't hurt. But trust me, like they'll get a kick to the side with the liver or something, and they take it. I mean, it probably does.
They took it, but it does not mean it does not hurt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, they're not going to show their opponent their weakness. You're going to attack on it.
Yeah.
But if you do that to a normal person, I mean, you know what I mean? And that's the difference is like, do those kicks hurt? Are they real? They just don't look real. But yeah, they're real.
Right.
When they talk about professional wrestling or something, like these guys getting body slammed, is it real or fake? You get body slammed all night and see it. It may not, you know what I mean? They may take it, but it's going to hurt. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, injuries are I would say probably the biggest part. There's a lot of guys I know, or a lot of guys that I've met that were great fighters, just great fighters, and one, I mean, and I think it's, in the ring or professional, knee kicks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You try, at least I don't, you're not trying to put the guy out for his career, you know what I mean? And knee kicks or something are detrimental. You kick the guy in the knee in the right spot.
Oh yeah,
he's done for career.
Dislocate, yeah,
his career's done.
Easily.
And so I don't think that
a good side kick, a good roundhouse kick to the knee, forget it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no, for somebody that's training for self-defense or a wound or something, hell yeah, that's the first place I'd tell them to go to.
First thing, growing the knee.
You know what I mean? And you're going to take them down real quick. It doesn't matter how big the fucking guy is.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to do it on a personal level, that's usually not. But people move. I mean, you go to do a kick and you're aiming somewhere up here. People move or they flint or whatever. Shit moves and it happens. And I've seen a lot of the great fighters that I know that they're just fucking. I don't want to fight that dude. You know what I mean? But like a knee or something, and it just shuts them down, or they'll be out for a couple years and just phase out on it.
In the ring, are people allowed to kick the knee?
It's not.
Is it illegal? I don't often see people kicking the knee.
You don't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not like it's kind of like one of those undisclosed rules. Like really, the only rules is like the 90 degree elbows.
Yeah.
You can't do those. Same with mixed or UFC. That's
Yeah.
Headbutts. Usually aren't allowed. Clotheslines usually aren't allowed. Mm-hmm. Shit like that. But knees, they're not gonna probably penalize you for it, because I mean, how are you gonna say like, oh, I was going for a shin, but he fucking moved his leg? I mean,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so that's kind of a hard one. You know what I mean? Now elbowing a guy straight down in the head.
That's like intentional, easily to see.
I mean, you have. Come on, I mean, we've all thrown a lot of elbows, and we all know exactly how to stop it right there. You know what I mean? Or like, no, and a lot of times, I mean, you don't know that guy. He's not your. You don't have beef or whatever with him. It's not a street fight or some shit. It's like you're not trying to fucking put the guy's career out or elbow in the head to where he's fucking. I mean, because anybody that you get in the ring with, like, if somebody that is looking to get into it or whatever, understand that like anybody you're getting in the ring with, same as you, I mean, can kill you in multiple seconds. You know what I mean? They can, and if you're not up to that and don't realize what's going on, you know what I mean? I guess that goes back to like TV. It looks so easy, you know what I mean? But it's, you know what I mean? It's like it ain't when you're in there. I'll tell you right now. Your first couple fights, I guess, are going to be, I would say after your first round, like, if you notice like a lot of fights in the first round, kind of you're feeling the guy out and stuff like that, and kind of getting your footing and stuff. But as these guys that have, especially Muy Thai, like Raw Tang and shit like that, I think he has 270 something fights. So that's insane, dude. That's fucking insane. Yeah. I mean, but at 5 years old, he's doing shit that I couldn't do when I was 12. You know what I mean? I mean, unbelievable. But I couldn't imagine having that many fights. That's in a 20-year career. That's fucking what? We're talking 30, 40 a year. Or no, not quite. About 20 a year, maybe. So you're talking about you're fighting once a month. That's so. Yeah. Depending on, I guess to answer your question too, like depending on what avenue you want to go into, understand that if you're gonna go to Muy Thai or something, you're gonna be fighting a lot, and then when you talk about injuries, like you said, injuries part of it. Yeah, fuck yeah, they are, especially in that. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stuff, yeah, they are definitely a factor, but not as much as a factor, I don't think. You know what I mean? Because guys, as soon as they tap out, you're done. You're not breaking arms purposely and shit like that. Shit happens, but you know what I mean? I mean, you're choking the guy out to where he's tapping and you're done. You know what I mean? You're not, nobody's usually out there just training and choking guys out. I mean, they're not.
This is striking base.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. You're taking strikes, punches, and kicks
and
vulnerable areas of your body parts.
And a lot of times, I guess, in sparring and Muay Thai and stuff, like the elbows aren't throwing and knees aren't either. I mean, I guess it depends on. That's one of those kind of undefined lines, I guess, where some guys, like if they have a fight coming up, some guys want to throw elbows and knees because they're going to have them coming at them. If you're not practiced throwing them, if you're not practiced defending against them in real life time, you know what I mean? How are you going to do it? I mean, and there's other guys that are like, oh, I don't want to get hurt. You know what I mean? Right before. And I get both sides. I do. I guess it depends on, me. Fuck yeah, I want to go full bore in there. Like you know what I mean? Because if I don't practice throwing, it's one thing throwing on bags. It's one thing throwing on pads. It's one thing throwing on that. But when you're hitting bodies, you know what I mean? And stuff like that, it's completely different. Or moving targets, you know what I mean? When your head's moving and it's completely different. This doesn't move, you know what I mean? Shit like that. But
yeah. Lastly, what is one advice that you'll give to your younger self? So currently you're 42. Let's say you're advising someone in your 20s, yourself, or your teens. What would you say to a younger Matt? Go for a less jail time.
Yeah. Less prison sentences for sure.
How long were you in there?
I've been in there twice, and so the first time I was in there 3.5 years. The second time I was supposed to be in 5.5 years, but I got out in a little under 4.
Under 4.
Yeah, because of milestones and shit.
Gotcha.
So, but I guess just kind of it's real easy to get real pumped up and jacked up when you get in there. You know what I mean? In the ring. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And what would I say to my younger self is just kind of I guess with. Have you ever noticed the better the fighter guys are usually, the more calmer they are?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Relaxed.
Yeah, because to me, I think it's kind of you know what you can do. I mean, you know what I mean?
You're confident.
And it's so if somebody's running their mouth or whatever, until they come at me or until something, that's a whole different game. You know what I mean? But I guess just work more on your endurance, I think, at the end of the day.
Endurance.
Endurance is huge.
Yeah.
Anybody that can last 5-minute rounds, 3 5-minute rounds, whatever you're fighting, whatever rounds you're fighting, is in damn good shape. I'll tell you that. Damn good shape. And you see a lot of these fighters that don't look all super strong, and you know what I mean, or like, you know, a lot of these like UFC guys that are more like they don't look like they're fucking all yoked up or like, but I guarantee you they're in better shape in this fucking gym. You know what I mean? Because like it's very, I mean, as you know, it's very cardio. Very,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I mean, if anybody's ever gotten in a street fight, you know, about a minute you're laying on the ground,
Yeah.
your friends are picking you up like 'cause you're fucking dead, you're like just exhausted, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or trying to punch this guy on the ground, and you can't even, whatever the case is, but yeah,
What
you
are
know,
some ways that you work on to improve your endurance?
running, which I hate.
Yeah, me too.
I hate running,
Not a big fan.
but you know, and
I do it sometimes.
and I hate to keep referring to Muy Thai, but that's more my base. But and a lot of these guys are old school. There's a lot of old school Muy Thai that there's no, you know, like switch stance. But that's what, you know what I mean. Like if you talk to these older Muy Thai guys, that's not something that happens. You know what I mean. But as the new ages are coming, I think the switch stances are going to become more, you know, and they're real. All I'm saying is they're real traditional, and you know that it's this way, you know.
Yeah.
So when you ask us those questions, like there is way, like I've started swimming a lot more. I think I like swimming.
Good cardio.
Yeah, excellent. You know,
Maybe
and
find something that you enjoy more.
Exactly.
And do that.
And it's not as hard on your
If you're not a
legs.
big fan of running, then you can find something that you may.
Yeah.
Shadowboxing, that's high endurance.
Oh, that's
too.
huge. You know, jump roping, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, stairs. I think stairs is great
Yeah.
because stairs builds your legs at the same time.
It does.
You know, really, like I mean, you run.
It does. And it's great cardio.
It's great. Oh.
Yeah, your heart rate goes up.
You know, these
Fast.
like the people won't know if they're not from
Stairmasters,
San Diego or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the convention center stairs, you know, downtown. I don't know.
Yeah.
I live right there, and so I run those every day. And those are fucking. I don't even know how many stories, but you know, but find yourself some good set of stairs, and it doesn't matter if they're smaller set or not. Like just run them more. You know what I mean? But and you run those just into your routine. You know, 3-5 times a week, but however much you want to,
Yeah.
and it's gonna improve your endurance dramatically.
Good idea.
The more you do.
Good idea. Makes sense. Thanks for the wisdom.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna go to swimming now. I'll chat you later.
You know, and I watched